मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः असतो मा.
I now request our chief guest, Dr. Kurtus S. Srinivasan sir and Sri Ramalinga Prasad Garu to please come over on the dais and honor the dais. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming on the dais and honoring us. Dr. Sunkara Veerabhadra Rao, MSc MF Home, was one of the pioneers of homeopathy in modern India. Born on 10/12/1940 to late Sri Sunkara Lakshmaya and Sri Srimati Ankamma of Elamaru in Andhra Pradesh. He served as the Chief Medical Officer in District Headquarters Hospital Eluru in West Godavari district of the then Andhra Pradesh. Striving to serve suffering humanity, he inspired to learn the noble science homeopathy. He was a self-styled homeopath. He learnt homeopathy thoroughly as taught by Master Hahnemann, applied scrupulously, derived conclusions which are readily reproducible. In turn, he inspired to learn the Hahnemannian homeopathy and apply it as he derived, so that the learning lives on. He recorded his teachings in the form of the book, The Teacher, in the year 2000 after a deeper study. Next collection of learnings was expected to be released by Sir himself on his birthday, which falls on 10/12/2019. But unfortunately, we missed him midway. I request the gathering to rise up for 1 minute silent prayer as a tribute to Dr. S. Veerabhadra Rao, sir. Please. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Fond remembrances are always followed by enchantment. Paying tributes fulfills the field. I request the dignitaries on the dais to play floral tributes to the founder. I request Madam Radha also to join us. I request Dr. Durairaj, Dr. Sivaram, Dr. Pavanar to kindly join and pay the floral tributes. Thank you, sir. Now I request one of the favorite disciples of Sir, Dr. Felix Clifford, an eminent homeopath from Thoothukudi, to render his welcome address.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். ஹோமியோபதிக் எத்தீனியம் சார்பாக நடைபெறும் இந்த முதலாவது தேசிய ஹோமியோபதி கருத்தரங்கிற்கு உங்கள் அனைவரையும் வரவேற்பதில் மிகுந்த மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறோம். On behalf of the organizing committee, first I welcome Dr. K.S. Srinivasan sir and Amma, founder Center for Excellence in Homeopathy, Korattur, Chennai, founder and managing trustee, Vaigarai Homeopathic Hospital, Tharuvai, Tirunelveli, who introduced our beloved teacher Dr. Veerabhadra Rao sir to Tamil Nadu, and he is a teacher who taught homeopathy to Dr. Rao sir. So he became the teacher of the teachers. We are happy to have you sir today sir, and we are privileged to release the teacher part 2 by your hands. Now I welcome Dr. Sunkara Sri Ramalinga Prasad, son of Dr. S. Veerabhadra Rao, and his wife Mrs. Dr. Radha Rani. He is one who recognized our love on Rao sir by gifted us the entire intellectual property of Rao sir, which consists of more than 1000 books, which with a strong belief that we will carry forward the teachings of his father, and also gave us the responsibility of guiding the young homeopaths the right way. Sir, we believe that we have started our mission in the right way and in the right pace. We expect your blessings and support to us to fulfill our tasks. We are very glad to have you today to receive the first copy of the book Teacher Part 2, and we feel you are the luckiest person in the world to be the son of our beloved Rao sir. On behalf of the organizing committee, we welcome you both, sir. Then I welcome today's speaker, Dr. USV Prasad, Professor, Government Homeopathic Medical College, Gudivada, Andhra Pradesh. He is on the way actually. He is the first homeopathic student of our Rao sir. We are very happy to welcome you, sir, and want to share your experiences with our beloved teacher. Then I welcome other speakers of the day, Dr. C.R. Sivaram from Chennai, who is a pet student of Dr. Rao sir. And we are very happy to welcome you, sir. Then Dr. Dureraj, Secretary, Vaigari Homeopathic Medical College, Taruvai, Tirunelveli, who is a pioneer in South Tamil Nadu. Welcome you, sir. Yes. Dr. K. Srinivasan from Salem, who understood the teachings very well and already got into the mission of training young homeopaths with BBCR through his series of classes all over the world. And now I welcome Dr. R.D. Pavanar, who is a loving student of Dr. Rao sir, who is lecturer in Government Homeopathic Medical College, Tirumangalam. Welcome you, sir. Now I welcome all other students of Rao sir who came from different parts of Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh to this wonderful event. Now I welcome the practitioners all over the Tamil Nadu and southern part of India who overwhelmingly responded our invitation and readily registered in a good number and make this event a memorable one. Now I welcome our beloved students from various colleges of Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh who very enthusiastically came forward to participate in this seminar, by which we had sleepless nights to fix the venue, especially Dr. Sivaram sir. Your presence in such a large number really make us to carry forward the mission of Dr. Rao. Hope we will continue it. Regarding our homeopathic Athenaeum, we are just a group of Dr. Rao sir students. We used to assemble in Eluru on December 10th of every year to celebrate his birthday, in which he used to teach us many things. We used to have a very good discussion about the subjects and day-to-day practical difficulties what we faced in our day-to-day practice. He is the one who introduced BBCR and encourages us to use it in our day-to-day practice. We used to enjoy his teachings by his novel way of narrating even a hard subject in a simple way. He used to prepare for months about various subjects even during his ill health till his last breath to teach us. We will never see such a loving teacher anymore. So we have decided to pay homage to our loving Rao sir by organizing seminar in memory of him in his birthday every year, and this is the first one. On one thing we want to clarify to the homeopathic community, that we are not seminar makers and not its side business. We are all busy practitioners having experience of varying from 20 to 25 years. We just want to spread the teachings of Dr. Rao sir and also really want to address the difficulties of our day-to-day practice and also want to build confidence to the young students and freshers. It is an open forum in which you can clear your doubts and we will guide you through various resource materials. At last, as I said, we are not having many experiences in containing such a big seminar. I request you to bear with us for any inconveniences which we will try to rectify in future. On behalf of the organizing committee, once again I welcome one and all to this wonderful event and invite you all to join us in the study and better understanding of our great science. Let us join together, learn together and grow together. We will be thrice blessed in our mission. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now, the word Athenaeum itself is an interesting word and it dates back to mythology. Athenaeum refers to the ancient school of literary and scientific studies in Athens, which is named after Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom. Globally, centers of intellectual refinement were named so on, and our homeopathic Athenaeum is one such creation. The idea was conceived by Sir himself, Dr. Veerabhadra Rao sir. himself and supported by his disciples. He aspired to be a school of continuous learning. Dr. V.B. Rao sir channeled homeopathy towards the honeymoon in homeopathy throughout his life. His deep dive into the ocean of homeopathy got us the pearls of his wisdom. One such hard earned pearl is the teacher too. I recall it was expected to be released by the master himself. His unfortunate demise has prompted us to take forward the torch to enlighten the young minds. We take pride in keeping his vision alive by taking forward the legacy. All of us are eager to know more about him, and his disciples cherished him more as a father than as a guru. One such disciple is Dr. Vetriselvan of Viluppuram, who has Gurukul with the teacher for close to 2 decades. I request Dr. Vetriselvan to share his fond memories and valuable teachings with the learned members and the making of the teacher too.
Dear beloved dignitaries, friends and colleagues, good morning to everybody. Now I am going to give you a brief glimpses about Dr. S.V. Rao. He has a lot of experience and memorable events with us. First of all, we are introduced to Dr. Rao during January 1999. First of all, he came to Tamil Nadu in 1999 to Aurobindo Ashram, Pondicherry. Dr. K. Star invited him for this small event. After that, after hearing this seminar and speech, we decided to invite him on September 1999 to Pondicherry with N.D. Devari. It is a half-a-day session. He had given a lot of information about, first of all, he gave a new insight to LM potency during that seminar. It's a wonderful event. After that, after hearing this seminar, we are very much interested, and we have gone to Elur in April 2000. In that, we had a lot of discussion with him, a lot of informal conversation from morning to night. He had a lot of informal conversation. Every time, if he is speaking, everything only homeopathy. About whatever the topics, whatever the difficulties we face. So we decided to have a 2-day seminar in Pondicherry that is on December 2000. It is a first seminar. We invited all the doctors from Tamil Nadu. It is a wonderful seminar. Only one speaker for continuously speaking for 2 days. It is a psychological update about the mind rubric. It is a very, very interesting seminar. We had a lot of CD recording also about this seminar. Lot of information about the mind rubric, how to interpret the mind rubric. It's a classical seminar. So after that, we had a long journey, and again we traveled every year on December 10th to Eluru to celebrate his birthday. But it's not a celebrating his birthday. We gathered a lot of information from him. We learned a lot of books, a lot of knowledge, everything he disseminated. He had a very sleepless night. If he is having December 10th seminar means, he will prepare for 2 to 3 months for any topics. He will ask everyone what topics you want. I have to prepare for that. So that he had given a good number of lectures, lot of materials. Every time if we are returning from Elur, we will have a lot of Xerox copy of his books. So we will come and take another 10 to 15 copies of Xerox, and we will have a binding, and we will have a close discussion about these books, what we have brought from him. So this journey started, and it continued up to 2019 also, 18. So in this, what I am going to tell, an impressive thing is, on his 60th birthday, that is in 2000, he invited all of us for his 60th birthday. He had published his book, that is Teacher 1. What is the main thing is, he requested all his students to give 60 cases and presented and published with his own money that Teacher 1 book. Not publishing his cases, he published his students' cases, 60 cases. So such a humility and simple person he is. Now we have decided to bring this book, Teacher 2, in 1918 itself. But somewhat he are not so much interested in publishing this book. But during this 10 to 20 years, he had given a lot of materials, lot of, even for flower remedy, everything, even salts, birth salts, like that. It's a different approach. So we have decided to publish this book, Teacher 2, after his demise, that is sadly, and we are going to publish this book now with your blessings. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. May I now request Dr. K. Srinivasan, sir, to unveil the treasure, the Teacher 2, the grand occasion. May I request Dr. Ramalinga Prasad Garu to receive the first copy of the book. Let us regale the moment by the loud applause, please. அந்த பக்கம். May I now request selected disciples of him to receive the copy on behalf of us. Dr. Sivaram, please, can you kindly receive the copy from K. Srinivasan, sir? Dr. Durairaj, sir. Dr. Pavanar, please. Thank you so much, sir. Which is deeply etched in the minds of the global homeopathist, Dr. K. Srinivasan, sir, lovingly called K. Sir by all of us. He's an encyclopedia of himself, a multilinguist. Information facts will pour out in such a spontaneity and enormity, we'll require days to munch it. To hear him is always an unending pleasure. Biti Thailandsi ehe vaise libe hai. Please, sir.
My greetings to all. I'm now old, so old people have got many things to reminisce. I did not realize until recently that my friendship with Dr. Veerabhadra Rao was nearly quarter century, 25 years. I remember my days when I was in Andhra Pradesh in government service in the 1959, 1960, 1962. When I was in Eluru for some time, I was for about 6 months in Nidavolu, and where I had friendship of lot of, with homeopathy is very ripe in the Godavari districts, whether it's Tadapalligudam or even in Tenali. I was in all these places, in Vijayawada, and I spent my days with a lot of homeopaths there. And for the first time, I saw many of the books published by Boyrick and Tafel, because in India none of the books had been published at that time. And I copied about 3 or 4 books, completely 400, 500 pages with my hand. That was suddenly my love for homeopathy. I started my homeopathic study when I was in Tenali in Andhra Pradesh. And it went on for 2-3 years when I was present there. And then when I went to Chhattisgarh for 4 years, where also homeopathy was very strong, because mostly there were a lot of Bengalis and Odia people who came in the belt, and there were a lot of those people, and we had very good connections. Now, coming back to for some period in Madras, there was a seminar. I don't remember the year, but it was sometime in the 1990s when there was a seminar in Bangalore. Homeopaths were not so divided as they are now. If there is a seminar somewhere, say in Assam, I used to get the information, and some of us used to go from here. Our visit to Calcutta and Delhi and Bombay was more frequent than visit here. And we were all one community. Now you hold a small seminar in your own place. Even the neighboring district does not know. And everybody becomes small pockets. Homeopathy was really a brotherhood in those days, and I had a lot of connections with so many people. At that time, When in the Bangalore seminar, maybe, but before 19, our Pondicherry, quite some time, 2 or 3 years before that, I attended a seminar which was inaugurated by Dilip Kumar, the famous Hindi actor, and his wife, Saira Banu, had also come. He demonstrated very nicely. He asked his wife to walk up and down the podium. She had long hairs, like peacock's feather. Particularly, he drew attention to this. You see this? She became bald and she got regrowth of hair because of the prescription of the senior Patak with homeopathy. And this is real hair, you can touch and see, he said. And so he became a great supporter of homeopathy. And many of the Bombay film, Lakshmikant Pyarelal, Ashok Kumar, they all offered funds for starting a good college somewhere else. We missed it. Anyway, in that seminar, Dr. Veerabhadra Rao presented some cases. And he presented 5 cases of CSOM cured only with homeopathy. I felt floored. How these people say that it's a surgical case, it is this and that. 5 cases of CSOM cured with homeopathy only. And this man is very quietly announcing this. So after the meeting, I went and I spoke to him, and we became good friends. He was also thirsty for people with homeopathic knowledge to mingle with them. He will go anywhere for that. So then we became good friends. We spoke to each other, and then we exchanged notes. Then I called him to come to Tamil Nadu, and he used to visit. There was more than one seminar in Pondicherry which he attended, and we had regular meetings in Vedivelli in Tirunelveli, and he was very keen that the hospital there should become a teaching hospital. That was in his dream, and he very happily took part in organizing the MF Homeo courses in Hyderabad, along with kya naam hai uska? Krishna Chaudhary. In way, I think Krishna Chaudhary is related to me, he said, in some way. You don't say Chaudhary. Krishna Chaudhary of Hyderabad, he was the man who organized along with him the MF Homeo courses. And he told me, how did he come? He came to me and he asked me, can I sit with you for this? By all means, it's a privilege for me, you come and sit with me. I don't mind revealing these things because I have some place to tell these things. He said he was very much surprised with the results that he gets with homeopathy, and he wanted to know more from senior homeopaths or those who know it very well. He asked Krishna Chaudhary, will you allow me to sit in your consulting room to see how you take a case and how you analyze it? Because my clients are all from the heavens, they are very big people, and they may not like. The higher you go, the more to cover, nothing to hide. They will be having more diseases. So he said, I'm sorry. Then he went to our good friend Ramanlal Patel. Ramanlal Patel also told him that my clients are all stars. So I will sit behind the curtain without knowledge. See this man's interest. Nobody will know. And he said, you are the first person to say, all right, sit with me. I said, I have no secrets to hide. I have nothing, no special tricks or so. You can sit with me. It is my privilege if you sit with me. Or you do with the things. He spent 3 full days, and I had a large library even at that time. He spent 3 days pouring through the library and seeing some cases and then discussing with me, and he went. This is how our friendship blossomed. And I had a dream that his dream of converting the Tirunelveli hospital into a teaching hospital. Unfortunately, fate has got some other plans. It did not fructify, and his visual problems became very bad. I think his sugar problem also did not let him to go, neuritis, etc. But every year during the Guru Purnima day, he used to greet me over telephone, himself and Dr. Mistry used to. So he said he will, I told him, Bukrasan Tepesi, you have not written even 2 lines. You write. Then he ventured into different fields. And his writing did not fructify. I think we should have done something earlier of having given him a dictaphone or something, or somebody spend 1 month with him and take down in notes. There we failed. By the time our people woke up to the talent of Veerabhadra Rao and recognized him, it was late. Even 2 years before he passed away, I told him, I will send somebody and you will come with him and then you can go back. I think my neuritis, my feet is giving me a lot of trouble, so don't worry, Srinivasan, I will do something. He wanted to write and give the knowledge he possessed to everybody. He was very free. There was no secret for him to hide, and he practiced what he preached. I don't know. You see, as I grow old, there are many people whom I have missed. I introduced him by a letter to Dr. Klunkar of Switzerland. And when Klunkar and Dr. Jack Bauer of Leon are the close students of P.R.A. Schmidt, so he wanted to have some correspondence with them also. We tried, but unfortunately he became difficult. He could not write, and his vision also troubled him very much. I think Dr. Dhanlakshmi spoke about Athenium. Athenium, see, even Athens is a derivative of Athenia. Athens was this place where knowledge came from in Greece. Athenium means knowledge from science and intellectual pursuits, not only sciences, intellectual pursuits. I used to tell Veerabhadra Rao, our people don't read books. They even prescribed textbooks only. Beyond that, they don't know. They don't go. These people are not academics, so you are breaking your head unnecessarily. Not academics. Unless we get some academics in and or have somebody and teach him to become a good academic interested fellow, we can't do anything. You don't bother about it. This was a big problem with me. I was constantly weeping with him that these people are not reading this, these people are not reading this. We used to discuss not Sexton Blake, 2 people, who is that fellow, British detective hero, Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes and Dostoevsky. Sherlock Holmes, how to analyze a case and how to see what is peculiar in that. Dostoevsky wrote a lot of things on the mind of the people, psychology. These 2 people, because we both had read it and we used to discuss it very much. But, well, you see, you can't convert somebody, but there are some people who can be made to read more, spend some time more in obtaining knowledge. Don't be in a hurry to prescribe and sing songs of successes. The next case will be a big failure and you will fall flat on that. This is our experience. You give 2 or 3 successful cases in a seminar and go, 3rd day you get a case where you will fail flat. Even the best of us. So we keep on learning, It is endless. Every day we come across. Day first I was telling Shivaram, when I opened the old homeopathic recorder, I had read of about 10 cases reported by Gentry, William Gentry, concordant repertoire. He reported 10 cases of boys who were having physical deformities, growth defects, mentally dull. All these boys had phimosis. The phimosis was surgically removed, and in 2 years they all became very normal. So the connections of the body, in what way are they connected? So we have to keep on learning. This opened our eyes. Do we make a physical examination of every case that we get? I don't know who didn't. It is misunderstanding Kent or somebody. Nobody said don't examine the person. There he said you must learn Materia Medica thoroughly. You are dealing with the lives of humans. If you say I did this mistake because I did not know. I know only this much. Then you go and learn from somebody who know more, and then thorough with it. And if you can't do it, you don't come for this profession. You take alms, begging, ALMS. He said, such a strong word. This lecture was not known earlier among Hahnemann's lesser writings. It was given in French, and the French copy was there in the British Museum, which Dr. Gibson visited and found it by chance. He brought it and then translated it into German and published. I translated it into English and put it in my digestion. So this was what Hahnemann in his last years, 1837, 1848. He died in 1843, So Hahnemann never told you not to ignore what are facts before you. If a fellow is limping, will you ignore it? You should ask why he is limping. You should see it is very much before your eyes. So thorough learning. The thing that somebody has given a license does not mean you can misuse it. You become a doctor after passing examination and you are licensed to practice. But you should know your limitations. And there is no limitation at all. It is endless. Keep on learning. By updating your knowledge through journals, through discussions, from various sources. Do you know there are many articles written in non-homeopathic journals about homeopathy? There are several articles which criticize, which also support. In the British Medical Journal it has come, in Nature it has come. There are, but our colleagues don't. Veerabhadra Rao also used to feel very much for this. He used to tell me, these people are not taking sufficient interest in reading. That's all with that. It's all empty air. So the best way of paying homage to Veerabhadra Rao, he loved homeopathy. And he used to make yourself into better homeopathic physicians. This is the best homage we pay to him. By passing resolutions also, it's all right. I don't say we should not, we all do it, so that at least we should remember him. It should not become a merely annual event, but at least a percentage of these people who owe allegiance to Mr. Veerabhadra Rao must follow. Whether you can follow all or not, nobody can say. You may even go beyond. But you start from now onwards to be honest to yourself. Being honest to oneself is to educate further, being true. Whatever you do not know, accept what you don't know and learn it from those who know, who teach you. Go to the teacher who will teach you. You went yearly once or twice to Veerabhadra Rao and learnt. That's all, nothing more. But how are you applying it? How have you applied it? Have you applied it in your regular practice, in your study of Materia Medica and coming to know? This is what you should do. What we want is that you should emulate him in the thirst for knowledge from any source and every source, not to ignore what somebody says. See how he says, why he said. Homeopathy is being driven out of USA. Day before yesterday, I received a mail from the National Center for Homeopathy saying that the US government has given 6 months' time, which will be expiring shortly, to ban belladonna, lacasis and other medicines which are all poisons. That will be the blow to homeopathy. Now, they are now started a signature campaign to asking them to extend for further 6 months. We will try to put our case before. There is a lot of heavy activities going on to kill homeopathy in USA and Britain. Britain has removed it from the NHS. Many old people were treated with homeopathy and they wrote a signature campaign. In spite of it has gone. Do you know that the Royal London Hospital, where M.L. Taylor and later many doctors were there, that has Royal London Homeopathic Hospital has been removed. Royal London Hospital, no more homeopathic. Everywhere action is being taken to crush homeopathy. We should not think it is safe in India, of course, but quality. What quality? Throughout Europe, they think that this is, and we also say India is the Mecca of homeopathy. But what sort of a homeopathy? What do you learn? And your education is not complete with 5 years, of course. That's the beginning. The colleges teach you something, but you have to learn on your own way. You don't get the cases. In the days when there was only a DHMS, I had some who used to visit me. I encouraged them. You open your clinic, you practice. Unless you practice, you won't get courage. Then they said, but we are afraid of difficult cases, sir. All right, I will help you. I will come every week, one day to your clinic, and that's all I was doing for 6 months or so. And one girl told, sir, she came and told me, I opened a clinic. That was in Raipuram, in the labor area. I'm very good. I'm very happy to hear that you opened the clinic. Very good. How is it functioning? No, sir, I have closed it, she said. You have not closed your mouth after saying this so soon. Yes. She said, no, this is an important lesson that we should remember. They said, I opened the clinic at 10 o'clock. At 10:05, about 10 or 15 people when came with a child, baby in their arms, which was limp, and saying, the child has had severe diarrhea, she is very limp, etc. The doctor recovered, so they brought it him. I felt my heart stop. I told them, the third building is government hospital, infectious disease hospital. You take the child. I told them to go. As soon as they went, I closed it and then came. So you do not know when you put a board and everything, what case will come to you. It's not the board that brings you cases, it is your successes. So when you open, you must be ready. You don't know what will happen. There's an accident on the road, and there is a doctor's board there. We'll take him immediately, they bring it to you. You should do some first aid at least and send them to the hospital. How many of us are ready for that? So equip yourself well. Equip yourself well. Learn from so many sources. And do justice for what Veerabhadra Rao lived for and spent his good years of 30 years of his life, later part of his life. And this is the way we pay obeisance to him. Thank you all.
I would like to thank the organizing committee and Dr. Srinivasan sir and Shivaram sir. Like with care and love, they invited me here. And even Shivaram sir came to the railway station to pick me up. I was really, I felt his loving affection to my father. That brought him to the railway station. And this is a very auspicious day because today is a Gita Jayanti. Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. And the same day, I think this program has started, and I wish this continues year by year. And I thank everyone for inviting me here. Like since childhood, I used to see my father always reading books, which I never picked up. He regularly used to read books while eating, while walking, while traveling. Even he used to read while he's in the movie theater with a small torchlight. No? Then after a few movies, my mother stopped going to the movies with him. She was so annoyed with his behavior. He used to read and read, even in the night time, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. He is an asthmatic patient, so he used to wake up, read books. Early in the morning when I go to a nature call, still he is reading the books. It's always is in the search of knowledge, and he's in finding out to go deeper and deeper into, like Madam was telling about one word. He used to read a lot of books just to find out what is meaning of that, what is he intended in that to tell. And I used to attend his lectures. He used to mesmerize the students with his jokes, and he used to make them sit for 3 to 4 hours. Even I used to get bored because it's not my cup of tea. No, but I used to see the response of the students. They are like very enthusiastic to learn the subject from him because he gave that faith. And he used to read so many books before homeopathy. Like he practiced acupuncture, he practiced yoga, then he practiced naturopathy. In those olden days, he used to make some biscuits with some wheat, grass, all that. Finally, he developed strong faith in homeopathy, which made him his life and soul. So he lived in it. He lived in it, he died in it, homeopathy only. Because just 2 days before, he's thinking of preparing for the seminar on his birthday. Just 2 days, he couldn't read, he asked his assistant to read. And he used to listen and then prepare for the next upcoming seminar. That was his enthusiasm, always trying to. And the main wealth he earned is, I confidently say, the main wealth he earned is his students, not more than that. And I would like and wish everyone to follow this legacy what he has created. And I'll pray to continue this seminar to happen every year. And I wish again and thank Srinivasan sir and Sivaram sir, organizing committee, all. I used to listen only these names, Pavanar sir, Srinivasan, Shivaram has called. All these names only I used to hear whenever I go home. He has called me, he has called me. And one of the main thing I used to say is the happiest man when he is in with his students. I still remember my elder sister's marriage. Half an hour before the main function, he's still with his students. You know, my grandfather used to bring him out from that circle of students. Just half an hour before. Now, usually other people are running around, and then he's least bothered about his marriage is going. No? He is still with his students, happily talking, and he cuts the jokes. That is one. But somehow I didn't pick up. But I feel whenever I see all the students, when they came to my father's function, even actually those were the real tears which I saw from the students. I thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you.